What is going on, everybody? Welcome to No Limits of Lucas, No Limits Support, episode 22 for March 14, 2025. Did I say that it's been a very decent enough day outside, weather-wise? It's kind of very warm outside. It's going to go high of 67 today in Syracuse, New York, and I'm a very happy man it's Sunday. Knock on wood, something bad is going to happen. It's even worse, so freaking weather. Hopefully not, knock on wood. Wow, it was a big time freaking night. You hear that crap? Oh my god, man. Talk about big time, not like that. Oh my god, that was quite hilarious, man. That was big time hilarious. That freaking night. I gotta hear a big time to play back, man. That was freaking hilarious. Let's go here and know support, shall we, for episode number 22. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I don't think it'll be a No Limits Daily Show today for March 14, 2025, because not a lot of news to say the least, boys and girls. Not a lot of news to say the absolute least. I still can't get over that freaking knock. It was a loud-ass knock in the pod to play. Like, I can't imagine what it'll be. But, dude, go follow my social media. Twitter, so much follow me on Twitter, Lucas E. Allen on Twitter. I actually want to freaking name it. I refuse to call it X because I can't stand the freaking owner that actually owns it, to say the least. You know about that. And go follow me on Instagram, No Limits of Lucas. Facebook, No Limits of Lucas. TikTok, No Limits of Lucas as well. You go be on my full social media. I'll link in the description. Well, also my Patreon, patreon.com/No Limits of Lucas. And YouTube, watch on YouTube. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Also, like on this video. And also, comment on Spotify because it's drastically great for the podcast and algorithm. Leave me a Spotify comment. Watch on Spotify. And leave me a comment on YouTube as well. Let's get into No Limits support, shall we? Wrestling Debbie announces date and location for Backlash 2025. Discuss that with Daria Berenato, formerly known as Sonya Deville, teases so special podcast series. Discuss that. Also, some former WWE star Mandy Rose, a partner with Sonya Deville at one point, and WWE addresses future potential in professional wrestling. Discuss that. Also, some WWE's McDongah offers injury recovery updated from a scary table spot injury. Discuss that, and also a Backstage update on AEW star absent AEW star Killswitch to finish off your report. As always, thanks for watching No Limits Lucas. Maybe as always, going to say it's No Limits Support episode number 22. So I went, you guessed it. WWE announces date and location for Backlash 2025. Following a record-breaking installment in Backlash 2024, the first premium live event take place in France. The company has announced that after taking their annual post-WrestleMania PLE internationally over the past 2 years, the 2025 edition of Backlash will be returned to statewide side this coming May. An official press release issued by WWE, the company has confirmed that Backlash 2025 will be taking place on Saturday, May 10th at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. WWE also confirmed that St. Louis native Randy Orton will be appearing on the show in some capacity as John Cena. Hey, maybe see those two wrestle with each other at that show. Maybe John Cena is the undisputed WWE champion who chases Randy Orton, or Randy Orton chases John Cena by that matter. First, like I said, a said championship. Be interested to find out. Being another major step on the road to the retirement in December this year, where these two men will interact with more remains to be seen. But for those who wants to see the event live, tickets will go on sale Friday, March 21st at 10 a.m. Central Time, with the events pre-sale commencing on Wednesday, March 19th at 10 a.m. Central Time as well. Should be interesting, man. Should be interesting to see Backlash, the post-PLE, other than WrestleMania, obviously in May and everything. Keep it up there. Maybe we'll see John Cena win the undisputed WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. And then he'll defend the following pay-per-view of PLE in general against his arch rival Randy Orton. That'll be something else to keep updated on that going in the future. See if Randy Orton and John Cena fight each other once again for a world title in 2025 for sure. Keep updated on that for sure. Moving on. Daria Berenato, formerly known as Sonya Deville, seasons special podcast series. Since Debbie decided not to renew her contract at the start of February, Daria Berenato, better known as WWE's Sonya Deville, has been shy about her sharing recent thoughts on anything related to Debbie and her tenure. So far, this has included everything from her departure with whom she was looking to wrestle to her stalking incident and now she received help from disgraced former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. But it appears that Berenato has even more stories to tell and will soon have a new platform to tell that. On the Patreon for Unwrapped podcast, which she hosts with her wife, Tony Cicino, Berenato announced a new Patreon exclusive series would be debuting soon and called Unwrapped. Wrestling Stories. Berenato described this series as telling never before heard behind the scenes stories from her decade-long stint with WWE. They are juicy. Just saying there, Daria, I gotta be honest. Well, I can't wait to see them all. I can't wait to tell them all, Berenato exclaimed. Given Berenato's tone, it would seem that this series will focus on her stories a little bit different than some of her previous reveals on Rat Busted Open Radio or the Ariel Helwani Show. Though Berenato didn't elaborate on what the stories would entail beyond stating that podcast would be insane, she also revealed that this podcast wasn't the platform she expected to tell these stories. Knowing that she had originally planned on waiting to share them in a tell-all book, Berenato didn't say what made her change her mind. Interesting. Very interesting to say. If you're a Sonya Deville, so I started Berenato fan, go check that out, man. I'm not going to myself because I don't have money to pay for a Patreon exclusive podcast. I'm very enough paying for my own Patreon exclusive podcasts. But good for Sonya Deville, man. It's good for Daria Berenato / Sonya Deville. Very proud for getting a little podcasting business, dude. If you want some podcast business ideas, let me know. So I'm just freaking joking, dude. I'm just being joking, to say the least. A former partner of Sonya Deville, former WWE star Mandy Rose addressed his potential future in professional wrestling. Says to be released in WWE by 2022, Amanda Sakimio, formerly known as Mandy Rose in WWE, hasn't stepped foot in a wrestling ring for over 2 years. The former NXT Women's Champion has remained focused on modeling, podcasting, and creating her own skincare business as she's been able to grow her own brands outside WWE. However, Rose recently addressed her future professional wrestling in this recent edition of the Power Alphas podcast. Interesting name there, to say the least. Not judging, I'm just saying, it's an interesting name there. Explaining that recovery from current spinal injuries is what kept her from returning to a former craft. Number one question across all social medias as well is always when you coming back to wrestling, or are you going to have a return? And obviously I speak all about it and all that. I never known if there's ever going to be a return in the future for me, she said. I've been seeing a chiropractor because I've had a bit of trauma and circular spine area. Nothing too crazy, obviously, thankfully, but after 8 years of wrestling and years before that of bodybuilding and putting bars on my back, obviously playing sports, I was athletic growing up, dancing, all that plays in a toll on the spine. Which I'll be honest, even maybe my school years, I was going to give up big back problems. I still have to stay have spine problems, to say the least. Back in general, to say the least. Right now, I feel like a wrestling term for me wouldn't really make sense, because obviously the wear and tear it does on your body. Yeah, you can't imagine being a wrestler too and doing these types of body working workouts and everything. I'm just trying to get back into my own workouts, to say the least, man. So I understand Mandy Rose is saying here for sure. Rose continued to explain that she is not ruling out a wrestling term, but wanted to provide fans an update about her lengthy absence away from the ring, expressing that she's not ready to come back anytime soon. I don't think she can come back anytime soon either, in all honesty. Do I see her in a wrestling ring? Honestly, I don't think so anymore. I don't think so. I feel like her podcasting business and her business model, she's a gorgeous woman. Mandy Rose is gorgeous. Was she the greatest wrestler on paper? Not really. Was she okay for what she was? She's got okay when she was in her NXT run. Do I think she can be in Mako Satomura for NXT Women's European Championship? Nope, that's a different conversation for another day, to say the least. But good for Mandy Rose being more competitive outside professional wrestling. Very proud for that. And I see her comments with Tiffany Stratton. I don't like that whatsoever, though, I don't honestly. But that's a different conversation for another day. So shout out to Mandy Rose for this. And be all honestly, I wish her the best in her future beyond professional wrestling. Moving on, WWE's McDongah offers injury recovery update after a scary table spot injury as well. After a month and a half has passed since Debbie Sheen McDongah left the fans in a fright after a spring for a moonsault at the outside during a match between him and Finn Balor against the Warriors. Eric and Ivor obviously saw him hit the back of his head on an announcer's table. Though McDongah escaped without concussion, a trip to the hospital revealed to a spot that had him left, as with several of other injuries, including broken ribs. Oh god, dude, broken ribs. Oh boy. And a prescription lung. Oh god, prescription lung. Holy crap, man. Well, which McDongah later confirmed would keep him out for a bit. Gee, I wonder why, dude. That sounds way too brutal. According to apparent insight of Chris Van Vliet, I obviously love that interview podcast, McDongah gave an update on his condition and revealed that he was progressing well, though he stopped short of saying he'd be returned to the ring just yet. Time heals all, McDongah said. I wasn't like this for the first week or two after, but I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm feeling pretty good. My lungs are good. My ribs are good. I'm just kind of waiting for the bones to ignite back together before they clear me. Which obviously is very, very much prefer you do that for sure, in all honesty. McDongah also discussed the moonsault spot, indicating that the layout of the match required him to attempt a moonsault closer to the announcer's table, as opposed to another part of the ringside area. I needed to be on the table on that side of the ring for something that was going to come up later on, McDongah said. So I said I'll just do it on the announcer table side. I've done it to the side before, but whatever happened on this one, I just was maybe a foot too far forward for a foot too far back. Off far foot, dude, to say at least in this segment, and wiped out this end to finish off the quote. I usually don't wish Shane McDongah all the best, too. He's very great professional wrestler, great, phenomenal star, by the way. He even discussed this, I believe, the RKO spot from the War Games steel cage and everything. That was freaking brilliant. Just a brilliant RKO from Randy Orton to JD McDonagh. That's War Games match, and was it 2 years ago? Yeah, in 2023, and the same match as CM Punk came out in the match for sure as well. Wish Shane McDongah all the best. Wishing he went back in the wrestling ring anytime soon. Be interested to see if he's back. So wishing the best in his injury recovery for sure. And finally, on a backstage update, absent AEW star Killswitch, a former Luchasaurus. AEW wrestler Killswitch, former Luchasaurus, like I said, hasn't been seen in a ring since AEW All in London 2024. During the Casino Gauntlet match, which his faction leader Christian Cage walked away from the victory due to his health. After a few weeks of not appearing on screen, it was reported that Killswitch suffered a serious medical emergency due to a compressed immune system, as well as a sleep apnea, to say the least. Since then, Killswitch has not been appearing alongside the rest of the patriarchy, freaking heck up there. Oh my god, man. But according to Fightful Select, the former TNT champion was not only backstage during AEW Revolution last weekend, but ready to be used earlier this week. There were rumors that there was an alternate ending planned for AEW Revolution. While we couldn't confirm that, Fightful Select was told that Luchasaurus, aka Killswitch, was backstage at the show. The report reads. Fightful further claimed that they inquired about the alternate ending rumor that they were told that there were simply discussions regarding him not being used in the segment Cage, Adam Copeland, and Jon Moxley. However, when he was asked about his involvement in the unconfirmed alternate ending, things went very quiet. The report continued Luchasaurus has been out with an injury of action following a serious medical issues that nearly took his life. We've not confirmed he's been cleared. He also wished him the best, first of all, and everything. And hope to see him back in his sooner rather than later, but I highly doubt we'll see him many times soon, to say at least, for Killswitch, also known as Luchasaurus. We wish Adam Madison the best as the human being behind Luchasaurus / Killswitch. Wishing that dude all the best in his recovery for sure. Wish him the best for sure in this lovely evening. Or afternoon, to say at least. Thank y'all for watching Noam Lucas, Noam Support episode number 22 for March 14, 2025. Like I said, I'm not totally sure. It'll be Noma's Daily Show today for March 14, 2025. There's not a lot of freaking news, dude. But it's not big time news. I think it's very well drop you put on the Nolan's Daily Show. I just don't think there's a lot of it. Not a lot of it, to sure, in all honesty. Until maybe Sunday, the next edition of Nolan's Lucas podcast, on December 40. Or maybe it'll be a daily show tomorrow for Saturday. We find out later on this week. And keep updating my Twitter as well. If you're a freaking bike outside my house, I am deeply sorry, people. It's nice outside. Good bikes come, to say the least. Until tomorrow or Sunday night, I see you in Nolan's Lucas. Take care, man. Peace. I love you all.